Hello, welcome to the E02 Show. I'm your host, John E02, and in this episode, I brought on regular Eric Taylor. And as for our guest, he's from Albania, he's a rapper and programmer. Well, more specifically, he's an underground rapper who's fully educated, has made his living as a programmer and developing freelancer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you Fatmir Prenga.
Yeah, you said it correctly. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
How are you?
So,
How you
going
doing, man?
great.
I'm happy to hear that.
Uh,
Happy to hear that.
Yeah, I think I've heard you that. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So, how's life?
Well, it's going pretty good. It's stable, I guess. I mean, there's always better, but you gotta make do with what you've got. So
Yeah, great.
yeah.
Have you been up to much recently?
Actually, I'm in a process of producing my third album. So I've been all over the place. Plus, I've had some clients on my other job, and I've been not sleeping correctly lately.
Okay, okay. What kind of music do you produce or make?
Well, most of the time I get other producers to work on my music, but I actually produce some of the tracks on each album. They're mine, like two of them, three of them. They're solo dolo. I do the track, I do the instrumental, I do the mix mastering, the recording process, everything. And well, it's mostly youth related stuff, like disrupted generation, issues that we face on everyday life, how hard it is for someone to come up from zero, from literal zero, and there's people that want to hear that. So why not make it?
Okay, interesting. And what got you into music?
Well, I actually always had a thing for it since fifth grade. I think I used to write lyrics in my notebook instead of paying attention to school, and and it just stuck with me. And then you meet people, they push you into doing stuff that they think that it's good for you, and sometimes it's good to listen to them because at times we don't take the chances that we need to take unless somebody is pushing us from behind. So I'm
Okay.
really glad for that.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh,
Yeah,
So,
amazing.
yeah. So, how do you ever go other places outside of Albania?
actually, no. I mean, yeah, if it's for traveling, but not for music. At least not yet.
Okay,
Not yet. Still
that's cool.
local.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah, underground doesn't pay as much as you think. So yeah.
Okay.
uh, like how underground are you? Like, how under the
uh,
ground are you?
Under the ground, I'm way beneath the surface. Sometimes in some local venues, and I'm still networking with producers that actually work from home, or they're also like freelancers, if I can call them
Ah,
freelancers in music. And it's not like I have a career path. I'm not signed, and actually I never see that in my future. I'm never going to sign because
hmm.
it's better to be independent. If I take $5 go to my pocket, and that's it. It's better to have $5 that are yours than $1 million that you owe them to somebody. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, remember if you ever do get signed, remember to read that contract. 'Cause you don't want to
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you don't want to get screwed.
yeah, and actually, it's something that you already know. When you go to sign a contract, you are going to get screwed unless you're a lawyer. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
true.
it's a 99% chance that you're gonna get screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very true.
yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it like for you living in Albania?
Actually, it's pretty good. It's like every other place. I mean, people are generally good, with some exemptions. We all hate the government, but I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't hate their government? So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
same.
actually pretty good. The people here are very hospitable. They help out a lot, and I mean, racism doesn't really exist here, so we have that better than you guys. Just so you know.
Yeah.
And
In a way, yeah.
this
Yeah, yeah, I'll give you that one. Yeah.
yeah, and also there's a perfect harmony between religions. Uh,
Oh,
there's a huge respect between religions. So that's actually one of the things we're more proud of, the most proud of.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
like
Sounds,
that.
sounds, sounds
Amazing.
like a really great place.
yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, we're struggling with the economy, but you know, everyone is actually at the moment, so we can't really complain.
All
Okay. Yeah.
right, that's good. Yeah.
Totally.
So, how often do you perform?
Well, actually, it depends. When it was the Corona time, I didn't perform at all. I actually did some online concerts in some websites, but I mean, it doesn't really. It's not
Count.
as much fulfilling as you hope it would be. But
Oh.
but you know, right now I'm actually focusing on only trying to find the right people to work with and have a good album to come out. The first two mixtapes that I did, I actually pushed production, so it wasn't the perfect songs in it, and I hate that because it should have been. But in this album, I spent a whole year working on it. I haven't released a single track in the last year at all. I've written 180 songs, and from those, I'm only going to use 12. So I made sure every song will be perfect for this album. So afterwards, yeah, I think this summer I'm gonna be kicking up a little bit during the summer. I'm gonna be all out. I'm gonna be performing everywhere, but everywhere, speaking local venues and small stuff, of course. Or maybe
Great.
opening up for bigger ads, because that's actually a really good way to go.
Great.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
totally.
amazing.
Is there any big name venues that you really want to perform, or any countries you like to perform in?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, US would be the best choice ever when it comes to any genre of music, to be honest.
Yeah,
Something
I
that
Yeah.
agree.
that US will have over every other country all the time will be the push that they give the movie industries and the music industry. It's amazing. And I mean, even the underground rappers there make a lot a lot. I mean, it's not just about the money. It's mostly about also being recognized and having your respect, because here I can a cop will stop me in the streets and be like, I don't know, I don't care who you are, but if you're an underground artist in the US, they'd be like, oh, hey, you're Kirk. I mean, I've heard something, in the radio or whatever. Underground rappers don't get played in the radio here in Albania.
Okay.
But
Yeah. All right.
yeah.
If you had to, so if you could work with any huge artist, who would you want to work with?
Actually, I don't know if you've heard of Slaughterhouse. It's
Um,
Royce Crooked Eye and Joe Budden and Joel Ortiz. They used to be signed to Shady Records, to Eminem. They're four rappers.
I think I've kind of heard of Slaughterhouse. Yeah, I think I've kind of heard of
Yeah.
them a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's one of them. It's called Joel Ortiz. I followed his music ever since 2008, I think. He's one of my favorite artists, and yeah, if I could work with him, that would be like, all right, I can die now. It's totally cool. I did everything that I ever wanted to do. But if it's
Hmm.
if you're talking big names, I mean, I think Eminem would be the way to go. I mean, it's never gonna happen, but still, one can hope.
Well, yeah, one can dream.
One can dream.
Man can dream.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? Those dreams might actually come true once you put in the grind and you get all the how do you put it? Enough publicity, and you get appreciated for the music that you make.
Yeah,
Right.
that is very true. That is very, very true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, what do you enjoy about your career?
Well, this is gonna sound a little bit weird, but when you're at the bottom of your career, you have this kind of peaceful spirit, a spirit peace, a soul peace, because the only way is up. It can't get any downer than this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
when you wake up in the morning, you just got to think of fresh ideas to come up with, and work. And it has this. You're not doing it for the money, of course. You're not doing it for big crowds of people. That still, so you don't have people to impress, or you're not going to be pointed out by the media if you say something stupid. If you say something out of even if you don't mean to say it, you might say something stupid in your tracks, and if you're famous enough, that could be the downfall of you. But when you're down, it can't be. So all I have to do now is focus on the creative process, and that's the most fulfilling part for me. Hitting that paper with the pen and just writing whatever comes to mind, and then re-editing and re-editing until I think it's perfect.
Hmm, great.
Yeah. And plus the feedback
Yeah.
sometimes it's really amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I
I still feel like even when you're at the bottom, you still need to watch what you say because if you blow up, they'll just trace that back to you and it'll come back to haunt you.
Yeah, that's actually true. So yeah, you need to be more careful. But if you somehow manage to mess up, you can, and you delete the track. It's more possible that nobody's gonna find out about that track if you ever blow up. If you deleted it in the early
Right,
stages,
right. That's true.
if you got rid of it. So
mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's you got a smaller chip on your shoulder, and when you're writing, that's good. That's actually good because you need that peace of mind, and you need to see clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, and if you got to deal with 100 phone calls a day by managers, by promoters, by deals, etc., etc., I don't think there's much. I mean, that's why people, when they get too famous, they just do mainstream songs. They get a beat, they put on a 16 bar that it's stupid as hell and we've heard it everywhere, and then they just push product, because I don't think they actually have the time to sit down and make a good a good lyrical track. And yeah, having time to do the creative process in peace and taking like a year to do it, that's it's actually pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What do you do in your free time?
Actually, I try to have as less free time that I can. uh, I have this marketplace for jobs that I created. I have another marketplace for restaurants in Florida. Actually, I haven't kickstarted that one yet. I do YouTube. I have a gaming channel. I do music. I try to cover up as much bases as I can. I
Okay.
want to I want to
Great.
do
Okay.
as much as I can.
Okay.
So workhorse, huh?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's good to be jack of all trades. You know, it's good to
that's
learn
true.
to learn more about everything, because you never know what tomorrow brings. I mean, when I got shifted, when Corona came here and we all got shifted to home working, it's like nothing actually changed for me, because I already had programming and freelancing skills. So all I had to do is just sit in my chair and just do my job and get paid the very same way that I did when I got out. Only this time I'm not
Hmm.
I'm not spending on gas money or whatever, you know. So it's good to
Yeah.
have a few skills in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely nice.
That's true.
Yeah, totally.
What was the strangest dream you've had?
Strangest dream I've had. I don't know. I keep seeing this dream where I go out on stage and everybody keeps hitting me with tomatoes and and cans, like energy drink cans and stuff like that, and they just want me
Oh
off of it.
no.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, totally. But
Oh,
I know that's it's kind of heavy. It's excessive, but I mean, at least they don't kill me. I managed to get out of the concert without without hitting the ground. But that's weird, and I think it reflects the fact that, no matter how big you are, no matter how small you are, you're always going to care about people's opinions. And when people bring you up, they can take you down just as easily. So
Hmm?
it is
Yeah.
an actual fear, not only a scary dream, but it's actually a reality fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
hmm.
What? Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely. What is the most craziest and outrageous thing you want to achieve?
uh I don't know. I think I want to invent the next big thing, but I just don't know what yet. I haven't figured it out what it is still.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
I want to have a service that people use that makes everybody's lives easier, and it can become a revolution. I mean, it is a big dream, but you never know. Even if it is for a small location, like even if it is just for Albania, that's cool. I don't care. But it has to be something that nobody else has ever done, and it makes people's lives easier. So
Hmm.
that's what I want to
Interesting.
achieve.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What kind?
Cool.
Yeah. So, what kind of music do you often listen to?
Well, I've been an R&B fan since 5 years old, but I'm still stuck on that 2000s R&B. I don't like the new R&B as much, but I still listen to the old R&B. I mean, hip hop, of course, for sure, but also R&B a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love a bit of R&B,
Yeah.
especially the 2000s. That's a vibe. Absolute
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah, totally. That's like the
Yeah,
best era for everything, not just for
a
R&B.
complete vibe. Clothing.
Yeah,
Uh,
totally. Yeah. Movies and I don't know. Even the flip phones was such a good era. I don't know. I miss
Oh
the flip
yeah,
phones.
the flip phone.
I totally
oh
miss
yeah.
playing 2D
I
games.
think they
That
made a modern day flip phone.
yeah, they did, but still it doesn't have that old touch because even the modern day flip phone is a touch screen. So, it's still new. It's just a selling point.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
Oh yeah, I have a Labrador. I have a golden retriever.
Oh, that's nice.
Her name is
Yeah.
her name is Emma.
Oh.
That's two M's.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah.
What was the weirdest nickname you were given?
Oh, so this is actually a somehow funny story. Yeah, I used Kirk as a kid. I mean, if you trace it back to an old Anglo-Saxonic language, it means church because I'm Catholic, and the Kirk stood for church and for believing in God and believing when things are getting rough, etc., etc. And so I started working at a call center a few years back, and they told me to use not my real name but some other name for the work. So I go Kirk, and they like we also need a last name, and I can't remember the last. I can't come up with the last name, and I just look at a screen, and one of the branch managers' last name was Moss. So I say, okay, it's Kirk Moss, and the guy says, oh, so you know the manager? And I'm like, dude, you just told me to create the name on the spot. Of course, I don't know the manager. I'm not related to him, but but Kirk Kirk has been sticking with me since I was a kid.
Oh, cool,
Hmm.
cool.
And plus, it
Wow.
matches the personality
Oh,
because
yes. That's nice.
yeah, it has to be traced back to something. So,
hmm How much time do you spend on the internet?
well, I have to because of my job. So I'm all day in front of my computer, to be honest. But
Okay.
if it's not work related, then not as much. To be honest, I don't
Oh,
use TikTok or whatever the other apps are. I do have to use Instagram now because to connect with people. Everybody uses Instagram nowadays, so I have to use it. But I don't get caught up in it, to be honest, at all.
okay.
Yeah, true that, true that. I'm not gonna lie. I hate Instagram's algorithm right now. I
I
hate
know.
it.
If
It's
you,
terrible.
yeah, but you gotta move
Trash.
with the same pace that the world moves. So we gotta do stuff we don't like all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, have you met anyone else famous, in your opinion?
Mm, I don't know. Not. I mean, underground famous. Yeah. Some of the guys that work in California, they're in the music biz. There's one in Miami. Yeah, but they're not like big names or something.
Okay.
Like, I mean, in the underground music, yeah, but not like someone that people would actually know. At least not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
So, what is the difference between the underground music and the mainstream music?
Well, it's who you're doing it for. What are you doing it for? Like if you're an underground rapper, you're always gonna tackle issues that people have every day. Like it could be addiction to alcohol, or it can be when somebody had rough parents, so their life turned out a little bit worse than they thought, or any kind of social topic actually, in any way. Plus, the underground music also has the battle rap element. You have to be very fast in coming up with quick wits and stuff to say about the other person. So that's really really cool, to be honest. And the mainstream music is doing it for the money, man. If it makes money, it makes sense. So that's the whole idea behind mainstream music.
Okay.
So that's all they
I'm
care about. If it
not
makes
gonna.
if it makes the zeros behind the numbers, then they're cool with it. They don't care if the product is stupid. But that's why I always put underground first.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I listen to underground music a lot,
Yeah,
like way more than
that's good. That's good. Yeah, thank you for that though.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So, what do you think is the best way to travel?
Uh, you mean like transport wise?
Yeah, transport wise.
Well, I don't know. There's something appealing about trains, to be honest. If I'm being honest, there's places like Switzerland, for example, and if you travel those places by train, that you're gonna be like amazed. You're gonna want to do that every single day. And yeah, I'm gonna go with trains, to be honest. I'm gonna go with the trains in the areas that don't have many people. I mean, I hate crowded places.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
about to
go.
say, come down to New York.
Yeah,
Probably hate the trains here.
yeah. I actually seen some videos and I closed the browser really quick. So yeah, no, we're not gonna do that.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I go for trims too. Especially the ones that like go at high speeds, like high speed rail. Like some of them are actually faster than conventional commercial aircraft. Like there are some high speed trains in Italy that have proven to be a lot faster than most commercial flights. And I was very impressed with the high speed trains and high speed rail in Italy and most of Europe. So yeah, I think train for now
Yeah,
and in the forthcoming future will be most efficient way of traveling.
yeah. I know. Plus, the cost also. I mean, a train ticket is way cheaper than any other. At least in Europe. I don't know about US, but usually trains are really cheaper. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
it's pretty good. Plus,
yeah,
there's no traffic. You have a promised schedule. You're gonna get there on schedule, so you don't
yes,
have to worry about that. Yeah, it has a lot of pluses.
absolutely, yeah.
Sounds
Unlike
good.
I mean, unlike the railway industry in the UK, ticket prices are extremely expensive. You have to pay like I don't know 20, 30 quid each way. Like,
Uh-huh.
who would pay that much money just for a train ride? That's ludicrous.
It's to be honest, it is a little bit, but I think trains right now are becoming more like a luxury thing
Oh
because
yes,
everybody has cars, so they don't care anymore.
yeah,
Whoever wants
Yeah.
absolutely.
to do trains, it's because they want to go old school or something like that, or maybe take
Mhm.
some pictures for Instagram. But I don't think anybody actually wants to sit down and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I can see that.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you have to switch lives with someone, who would it be and why?
If I had to switch life with someone. Oh damn, that's a good question. It's a really good question. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. I'd have to think that like a lot. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with. Uh, I'd like to switch. This is gonna sound weird. Places with a cop that killed George Floyd and not do it.
Oh, okay.
I just
That's
I'd
noble.
go there. I'd ask
Yeah.
what's going on. He'd tell me what's going on. I'm like, okay, have a nice day, and that's it.
Okay.
I mean,
So yeah,
I
That's
mean,
an
if you look at it that way, I mean, it's noble.
yeah. I mean, we might want to do something good before we leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what has been the highlight of your week so far?
Uh, this week actually it's been an off week, to be honest. Uh, just random work. I'm working on a marketplace for a guy in Barbados, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've focused on except music this week. And the other part of it has been music all day long.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if your life was a meal, what would it look like?
Okay, so that was funny. That was funny ever since it started. The question. Uh, I think it would have been a pizza.
Hmm, okay.
Hmm,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Because
What toppings would it
to be honest, I do love my life. So, any kind, to be honest. But the mozzarella one is really good.
Nice.
have?
Cool. So who was the funniest person you've met?
This one is good. I don't want it to sound cliche, but if I'm being 100% honest, my girl is the funniest person I've ever met in my whole entire life. And to me, sense of humor is one of the main qualities I look for in a person, even if it's just for a normal conversation or a friendship or whatever. But she's literally the funnest person I've ever met. and she's also the main motivator behind behind me doing stuff. Because like every other person, I get discouraged every once in a while, and I start doubting everything. So I start rethinking my whole life. But she's really supportive, and she knows just what to say the whole time, and she's really really funny.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
If you opened a business, what kind of business would it be?
Uh, Actually, I've been in the marketplace business for a little bit of time now, and I would like to own a company where I provide employees for companies. Just like I know there's a lot of them who do it, like Indeed or whatever, but I would like to do that because you'd be doing everybody a favor. You'd be finding jobs for the people who don't have it, and you'd be uh, com- completing the jobs of the people who want it completed. So yeah, I'd do that. I would do that for
Great.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like
If
a very
you
good business model.
Yeah.
if you were a bug, what bug would you be?
Okay, so this
Uh,
was a really weird transition from what we were talking about. Yeah.
uh,
I don't I don't know, to be honest. That's the one thing I never thought of. I'm thinking 24/7. I'm overthinking everything, but that's something that I never thought of my whole entire life. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell
uh,
It's
you.
all right.
I don't know.
oh man, it was pretty funny though.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah. Uh,
But how about an animal?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I'm gonna go with a golden retriever just because of uh, it, how much love and everything my dog gives me. And I don't know. I mean, a dog is something that is gonna look at you, and if you're nice to it, you could be wearing a suit, or you could be wearing a torn shirt, or you could have a watch that costs $2 million, and the dog is still gonna jump on you the very same way. You know, not like people
mhm.
that
Right.
are gonna look if you have a good car or if you have a good watch or whatever. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
I'd be a dog for sure, for sure. Plus, when you're in the rap game, you get called dog a lot, and you call yourself a dog a lot. So makes sense.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine being called dog
yeah,
every time I walk down the street.
yeah. But it's like DAWG, not like dog, but like dog. It's
Oh,
Oh
oh yeah,
no.
I know, I know.
it's a little bit more strict. Yeah, because somehow that is supposed to make it better. I can't figure it out, but I'll go with it if the shoe fits
I
where
mean,
it.
it just sounds and looks cooler.
Yeah, I guess. I
That's
guess. Yeah. It doesn't have to make sense though. It just has to look cool, right?
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great. Fabulous.
Mm.
What has been the best part of your life so far?
The best what? Sorry.
What has been the best part of your life so
The
far?
best part of my life. I don't
Mhm.
know, man. I think I haven't gotten there yet, to be honest. It all seems pretty general to me. I mean, I love everything that was given to me, but I'm talking about the healthy family and you know the skills to do certain stuff and stuff, and my girl, of course. But I don't know. I think I haven't gotten there yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna come back on your podcast in a couple of years, and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Okay, cool, cool.
So yeah,
Fabulous.
all right.
Glad to hear
Looking
that.
forward to it.
Yeah, it's set.
Yeah.
To-
Mm. Any
Where
low
was
points in your life?
Oh,
uh,
yes.
excuse me, I didn't hear that.
Have you had any? Sorry. Have you had any low points in your life?
Uh, yeah, actually, when I produced my second album, I was waiting on some guys to help me with the promotions and everything, and they told me to wait. I waited on them about 3 or 4 months, and then after 4 months, they just ghosted me totally. They relocated the offices and everything, and I was like, I've already spent a lot of money on it, so so by the end of it, I was broke, and my second album was actually the biggest flop ever, and I was like losing my mind because I put so much effort on it, and I was waiting for a bigger return on investment. And it just goes to show you, man, that you can't really trust people. That's why I try to do stuff not through friends, because if you have somebody that is a friend, you're going to factor in the fact that you can't do this and that to that person or etc. because you know him or you know his dad or whatever the hell you're supposed to be like a polite guy or whatever. But if you work with people that are actual businesses and you pay them, that's actually really good because they have a contract to hold on to. So I had to learn that the hard way, but now I pay people and I tell them you're gonna get the money as soon as the job is done, etc., and I don't do that mistake. But yeah, when the second album came out, I was like, a couple of weeks later, I was totally devastated. And I was thinking, should I keep going with music or should I quit it or whatever? I was totally out of it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Pretty good lesson to learn too.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Anytime.
So, what's your favorite season?
Hmm. Actually, it's fall. For some reason, I love rain. I think this is connected to every writer ever or painter, but I really really love rain. I actually did a study a couple of months ago, and it turns out that Mobile, Alabama, in the U.S. is the city that has the most rainfalls of all time. So yeah, I'd love to live there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but it's fall. I mean, if I have to pick a season, it's fall. I mean, it's not as cold as you'd have to wear, heavy stuff, but it's also not as hot as to sweat through your shirts. So it's
Yeah.
perfect.
It's just right.
It's just right. Exactly.
Just
It's just right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
Where was the most relaxing place you've been to?
Most relaxing place. Uh, Still, I don't have an answer to give you. I put relaxing into people, not into conversation, not into stuff that it's already there. So if I'm with the right person, it's relaxing everywhere. If I'm with the wrong person, I could be in I don't know, in Maldives or in Bali, and I'd still be having the worst time of my life. So
Okay.
so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
That's cool. That's
I
cool.
don't know. Yeah.
So, who was the last person you've talked to?
Actually, I talked to my girl because I was kind of nervous for this podcast, and she was telling me that, yeah, don't worry. And actually, we spent the last 2 days, listening to all the podcasts that you've already made. We listened to the one with Hanita and Gary,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, so we went through it and we saw that it's actually a really really good podcast. So she was telling me, don't worry, it's gonna be okay, because I get nervous every time I have to talk about. I mean, if it's music and I'm rapping, I'll be the calmest dude ever. I swear, man. But if I'm gonna be talking about it in the talking sense, not in the music sense, then I get a little bit nervous. So I talked to her, and she was like talking me through about how it's gonna be. It's gonna be okay, and it's gonna be something I'm gonna look at, a few months or a few years from now, and I'm gonna love it. So then I hopped in directly. I mean, the
Yeah,
last message is good luck. Yeah,
that's great. Love to
yeah.
hear that.
Thank you, man.
Love to hear it.
Absolutely. So, if you had to pick between skydiving, bungee jumping, or scuba diving, which one would you choose?
I'm gonna go with scuba diving. And
Okay.
actually, it's because I live in a city where it's very very near the sea. I mean, the sea is like 3 minutes away from my house. If I get in the second floor, I can see it. And there are very large rocks here where all the summer we just jump, we cliff jump a lot. So in the options that you gave me, scuba diving would be the closest one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
totally.
And that is all we have for this episode. It was great having you here, Fatmir,
Oh, it's
talking
great to be
about
here.
you're talking about your music, life in Albania, and pretty much everything else. It's been quite an episode.
Yeah, I loved it
Yeah.
too. It was awesome. It was awesome, to be honest. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Anytime.
And until next time, stay tuned for more.